Good morning, good morning, good morning. So this morning we are talking about building your child confidence. How do you build your child self-confidence? How do you get your child to become confident and have a go attitude? That's what we've this all week we've been looking at children attitude. And so this morning we are going to talk about how to build your child confidence. So what does the word confident mean? First of all, the word confident means to have a goal. So it's first of all it's about believing yourself and your ability to do something. So for your child to have that belief in themselves and attitude and that they can do something or the ability to do something, they need to be encouraged by you. So building up your child's confidence is first of all is about giving them that belief in themselves, to develop that I can do it attitude. And all this stems from what has happening in the brain. We can train our children brains. Yes, the brain host is a hub that hosts everything. We train our children brains to not dwell on negativity, but to dwell on the positive. So the positive is to believe, have that confidence in themselves that they can do this. They have the ability to do it. And the best way to know that they have the ability is to show an interest in what your child is doing. So you support, first of all, you recognize your child's ability, because sometimes they don't even understand that they are good at something. But you have, as a parent, you have to show an interest in your child, show an interest in what your child is doing, and then you will recognize what your child is good at. They might be so good at numbers that they can figure out numbers so fast, they can add up a number so fast, and it doesn't even recognize that this is the ability they have to do something, because they just think that, oh, they know maths or they can recognize number, but it's an ability. So you have to let them believe that they can do this, and you train their brains by feeding it positive thoughts and positive things that will help them to do that, and support them to have a goal. Let them try new things, because unless they try, they really won't know that they're good at it. So as parents, that's your job to support them to do that. So set realistic goals for them so that they will try things. And remember, if they try it for the first time and they fail, they didn't get it, don't give up. You don't give up, and you don't give them negative feedback, so that they don't want to have a go. Because remember, feedback comes in two ways. It can be constructive, that means that you are giving them things how to support them to do it, or you can be breaking them down. So that means to say you're just saying something that will make them feel like, oh, I can't do anything. So these are the two different ways that you can support your child to build up. Because all this week we are looking at attitude, how to support our children to develop good attitude. And having good attitude means they want to have a go at doing something, and the best way to do that is for you as a parent to encourage them to try new things. Don't give them things that they it's too big. Make sure it's age appropriate for them, so they will have a go. The key to success is for them to keep trying, and when they keep trying, they will develop their brains. Nobody learns to ride a bicycle the first time they go on it. I remember as a child when I was learning to ride a bicycle, it took me a while. And at one point I wanted to give up, but my big brother insisted I carried on. I fell off that bicycle so many times. I had so many bruises. And I remember once he let me ride down this hill, he said, well, now you don't have to pedal, you just have to hold it, balance the bicycle going down the hill. I was petrified, but I had to go. I truly did. I had to go. I won't tell you that I will ride in bicycles. I don't. I don't really ride bicycles now. I'm used to driving my car, but I had to go as a child, and so I did it. The same when I was learning to swim. If you don't have a go, I didn't give up the first time. I didn't do it. So always do it that way. So to build up your child's self-esteem, the best thing is for them to learn, and the brains can adapt to change. So this is what we do. We speak positive words or positive things about themselves. Tell them positive, encouragement. That's what I'm trying to say. Encourage them. When you speak confidence to them to try new things, it will build them up. And that way they will be able to do things more easily. It supports them doing it. So build up their confidence and their self-esteem. You know, it's you making them feel certain way about themselves. So if you make them feel bad about themselves, if you feel that they don't have no self-worth, then that's what they will believe. But if you teach them that, you know what, you can do this, just have a go, try. And if they fall, they say that's fine, let's try again. Or you try 2 3 times and they're getting tired or frustrated or something, you just say, okay, let's leave it for today, and then we will come back and try again. So another day, maybe in a day or two. It's the same with if you want your child to eat a certain item and they don't like it, you let them have a go. If they don't like it, don't give it to them the next day. Just leave it for 2 3 days and try again. The same with any other thing you're teaching your child to do. So these are the experience that we develop with our children, that we speak to them, find out where they're at, see what they're doing, and show an interest in what they're doing, and that way you can help to develop their child esteem. If your child has low esteem, you have to encourage them, constantly encourage them, so that they can develop this. There, um, okay, let me just say, there are some signs that you can look out for to know whether your child has high esteem, or they have confidence in themselves, and how they speak about themselves, how they even speak about things that they have to do. If they say it in a negative way, then it means that, they don't feel that they can do it. It means that they don't have no confidence. Um, so look at what they like to do, what they like to play with. Do they play with themselves, or they play along with others? Do they have friends? Are they adaptable to changes? How do they learn from their mistake? If they make a mistake, how do they respond to that mistake? You know, what are they proud of their achievements? So these are things that you look out for. When they talk about low extreme, they talk is again how they talk about themselves. Do they tend to sit by themselves? These are things. How do they deal with failure? So it tells you whether your child has high esteem, if they're confident or they are not confident. So we want to boost their confidence. That's what we're here to. So take an interest in what they're doing. Remember, this is always the starting point. You can never know about your child unless you spend time with them and take an interest in what they are doing, because the best way is to spend time. You got a new friend, you meet someone new, and you want to know about them. What do? As adults, we spend all the time possible um, talking on phone. You meet a guy or a girl, and you want to build up that relationship. You spend time talking to them because you want to get to know them. You want to know what they're like. You want to know about their characteristics. You want to know if you have anything in common. You want to know their belief. These are the things. So the same with your children. You want to know what they're thinking. Want to know what they're interested in. You want to know what they like. So that's what I call take an interest in your child. Because when you're taking an interest, you will know what they like to do, and out of this will come their schema. A schema is how they what's the word I'm looking for, interpret information, or what they do. And there's different types of schema, but we're not doing schemas today. So I heard, because it came into my head, I just talk about it. So firstly, identify your child's interest. What makes your child happy? What does your child engage in? They might be into reading, drawing, they might be into trains, dinosaur, they might be into swimming, football. It depends what your child is interested in. What if it's a young child, it's like a 2-year-old or something like that, that's your starting for any child really. Then that's your starting point. That's where you start with the child, so you can develop and know what your child interest is. That's your starting point, because you're going to start at the point where your child already interested in, and you engage them in that, and that's where you start to learn them. You can teach them just about anything from their interest, whether it's music, building Legos. If they like to build do houses or stuff like that, they will build Legos, and or design houses. Start there. Take them to places where architect buildings are and stuff like that. Show them different designs, because that's their interest. So that means you can take them lots of places. You can spend lots of time with them. So tune into what they're doing. Hold their interest. Sit with them. Ask them about the activity, and put time aside to do what they love doing, because you are showing an interest in your child. So that's what you do. It doesn't matter how old they are. I know when they get into the teenage, they really don't want to be seen out with their parents. It's just not the done thing for children when they get to a certain age. That I remember my last child, when she was in primary school. She didn't even reach secondary yet. And normally when she started in the morning, we get a kiss before she get out of the car, da da da. When she get to probably about year 3, year 4, she don't want to kiss you no more. She get out the car. She don't even want anybody to see that. Oh, mom, no, no, no. So I just say, really? You're going to get to that place so early, child? So, but each child is different and each child is unique and each child has different interests in different things. Even if they are twins, trust me, they will have certain things that they are interested in where the other child is not interested in. So if give them small responsibilities, if it's even just to tidy their bedroom, it's just to pick up, take the laundry down, bring their clothes down to the laundry room, take the clothes to the washing machine, give them small chores that will build up their confidence, yeah. But make sure it's age appropriate, please. Chores around the house can assist them boosting their confidence and their self-esteem. Even if you ask them to sweep the floor, they might not sweep it the way you want it to be swept, but they swept it. Encourage them, say thank you. This helps them to feel competent and able to complete tasks as their parents, of course, have asked them to do. So it builds their confidence. Make sure to offer praise at the end of it. Encourage them that they have completed their responsibility or the chores that you asked them to do. So anything simple, whether it's to sweep the floor, to wipe the table, to put away their books, make sure all the shoes are stacked, whatever the chore is that you've asked them to do, once they've done it, don't forget to give them a little bit of praise. Focus on their strength, focus on what they can do and how they have done it. Instead of, remember, we are building their confidence, so we want to give them positive feedback. Don't criticize, no criticism, just positive feedback, reinforcement, because remember, we are training the brain to come to the place where they have that I can do attitude. That's what we are going for. So we are building up this confidence to say I can do, I can do, I can do. And so I'm going to bring you now to the place where we are looking at, and in my book, never forget my book, never forget my book, The Good Parent and the Happy Child. I talk about finding child's interest, how to find your child's interest, and start from that. And I think that comes in chapter 3. So guys, if you have not yet got a copy, don't forget it's on Amazon. And if you are living in the UK, this is where you would go to get it. You can come direct to me and you'll find out there. So how understanding your child being is about and critical and engaging. Chapter 6. I'll probably just go to page 57 and read a little bit from there this morning. And it's building self-esteem. So how do you build your child's self-esteem? And here I said, it's often being said that children learn what they live. So if you're looking for a place to start, help your child build positive self-esteem and self-value, then you should show them your positive sense of self and strong self-esteem. So start with even yourself. Be positive when you speak about yourself and your highlights and your strength. This will teach your child that it's okay to be proud of their talents, their skills, and their abilities. When children are given opportunity to do good things, it allows them to feel good about themselves, because that's what you're doing. You're building up their confidence. So your child also benefit greatly from honest and positive praise. Find something about them to praise each day. Wow, each day, You could even give your child a task they can complete and then praise them for a job well done. So it does reinforce what I'm saying. This type of parenting looks like force attention, time, set boundaries, and commitment. One way to support your child's self-awareness is to start with ensure your child feels secure in their environment, feels loved, and have a sense of belonging. So to build up their self-confidence, also talk about having a sense of belonging. And there's a lot more I can say about that. And teaching a child ethics and good value. These are all in my book. So if you want to understand better how the brain works and how the brain, you can develop your child's brain to have that I can attitude, I can do attitude, then guys, please, my book is here. Don't forget, The Good Parent and the Happy Child. And so we use that to build up our child confidence, because that's what we are about. We want our children to progress. We want our children to have friends. We want them to be able to, take an interest. So we first start by taking an interest in our children, and that's what we do to build up their self-confidence.